It's hard to get away from the fact that gorillas are impressive beasts. If they wanted to, they could rip us in half with minimal effort, with an incredibly strong bite force of 1300 psi, or if they wanted to, they could shatter our skulls with a punch pressure of over 2700 pounds and go back to chewing on the up to 70 pounds of vegetation that they consume per day. To be honest, I'm both impressed and jealous of their sheer muscle mass, on the fact that they eat nothing but vegetation and fruit. Their strength is actually estimated to be 10 times their own body weight, and also estimated to be stronger than about 20 humans combined. Hilariously though, their penises, erect, are only about 3 to 6 centimeters, so at least we have that over them. But I mean, just look at them. They're impressive, powerful, beautiful animals, and they're ones that deserve our utmost respect and admiration. I feel like a lot of people assume that gorillas are aggressive and violent, but in reality, they're actually gentle giants. They don't attack unless they are provoked, and rarely attack humans. In fact, they like to fuck with humans, like with this dude here. Now, if provoked, they will attack, but generally speaking, at the worst, they will do false charges to try to scare you. They also love to beat their chests, which sounds amazingly hilarious and not how you would think at all. But they do it more so in a playful way, or perhaps they do it to let other males that they're around. It's very rarely done in any sort of aggressive way. Gorillas are ground-dwelling great apes that inhabit tropical forests of Africa. Now, there's two main species of gorilla. There's the eastern and the western, and there is 4 subspecies that go along with that, which are the mountain, western lower, eastern lower, and cross river gorillas. They share 99% of our DNA and are the next closest living relatives to humans after chimpanzees and bonobos. Their hearing, sense of smell, and eyesight is very similar to us humans also, and I think we can see a lot of ourselves in these great apes. Now, gorillas' natural habitats cover tropical or subtropical forests in sub-Saharan Africa. Although their range covers a small percentage of sub-Saharan Africa, gorillas cover a wide range of elevations depending on the species. Now, the two species that are separated by about 560 miles of Congo Basin forest. The mountain gorilla, for example, inhabits the Albertine Rift mountain cloud forests of the Virunga volcanoes. Lowland gorillas live in dense forests and lowland swamps and marshes as low as sea level, with western lowland gorillas living in central West African countries and eastern lowerland gorillas living in the Democratic Republic of Congo near its border with Rwanda. These apes also build nests for sleep at night and to rest during the day, but unlike orangutans, they keep their nests on the ground rather than in the trees. They make new ones every day just before dusk and tend to sleep for an average of up to 12 hours a day. Now, one of the most impressive things about gorillas is their sheer size and weight. Unsurprisingly, the male gorillas, especially the silverbacks, can weigh from 136 kilos to 227 kilos, where the females can weigh from 68 to 113 kilos. Adult males are 1.4 to 1.8 meters tall, with an arm span that stretches from 2.3 to 2.6 meters. The tallest gorilla ever recorded was a 1.95 meter silverback with an arm span of 2.7 meters and a weight of 219 kilograms or 483 pounds. The heaviest gorilla ever recorded was a 1.83 silverback, which weighed a staggering 267 goddamn kilos, considering all they do is eat goddamn fruit and vegetables. Gorillas tend to move around by knuckle walking, is called, and also support their weight on their fists, the backs of their hands and their feet, and on their palms and soles, with their digits flexed. The average age of a gorilla in the wild is about 40 years old, and in captivity they can live for up to 50 years of age. Mountain gorillas mostly eat foliage such as leaves, stems, pith and shoots, while fruit makes up a very small part of their diets. However, the eastern lowland gorillas have more diverse diets which vary seasonally. Leaves and pith are more commonly eaten, but fruits can make up to 25% of their diets. Western lowland gorillas depend on fruits more than others, and they have a lower dispersed across their range of food. The reasons they can eat so much vegetation and be the size that they are is really for 2 reasons. One is because they consume, like I said, 70 pounds of vegetation and fruit a day, but also because they have a distinctive shape in their stomachs that is larger than their chests. Their stomach size is attributed to their enlarged intestines, which digest the bulky fibrous vegetation they consume, and basically their bodies break down vegetation and fiber differently than we do, which is why they can get more calories than we would if we were to consume just vegetation. Gorillas are social creatures that tend to live in family groups of 5 to 10, known as a troop, which tends to be led by the dominant male silverback. The silverback tends to have multiple women in his troop and his offspring. Silverbacks are named as such because they have distinctive silver hair on their back. They are usually more than 12 years of age, and they have large canine teeth which they use to cut through bark, and not us humans, thankfully. Both male and female gorillas tend to emigrate from their natural troop. Males do so to establish their own troop, but it can vary depending on the species. Generally speaking, if a silverback dies, the troop tends to fall apart. But with the eastern lowland gorillas, the females tend to stick together with their own offspring and try to find a new silverback to protect their younglings from infanticide and protect them from their main predator being the leopard. Now, the silverback is in complete control of the troop. He dictates where they eat, where they move, and his whole responsibility is the safety of the troop. Now, the blackback gorillas, which are typically aged 8 to 12 years of age, provide extra protection and are also generally subordinate to the silverbacks. The male silverback's success on the troop is really dependent on his ability to find good sources of food for them. Male silverbacks do develop strong bonds with females through grooming and staying close together. Now, of course, the females also do this because they have a mating partner, and it also provides them protection. In an all-male group, for example, males tend to be more social with each other and play more with each other than if they are in competition with the females. Unlike orangutans, male gorillas stay around their kids. They are known to be play with them and seem to enjoy their company. When it comes to mating, there can be a lot of competition, and males will fight each other to win that prize. Now, the females, when they are interested in a specific male, tend to purse their lips and walk slowly towards the male while maintaining eye contact. The male tends to incite sex by approaching a female and displaying at her or touching her and giving her what is known as a train grunt. In fact, 2 gorillas were seen having sex face to face, which is actually only thought to have been unique to humans and bonobos. Females only tend to give birth to 1 gorilla every 3 or 4 years, and like us humans, baby gorillas need their mother initially to survive and act as primary caregivers. They share their nests with their mothers, and over a 3-year time span slowly drift from their mothers and become more independent. And if they do become a silverback, for example, they will go look for their own troop. Now, the only real known predator that gorillas have is the leopard, but due to the sheer size of gorillas, like, even those kind of attacks aren't that common. The cross river gorilla, for example, may have to deal with crocodiles the odd time, but even they don't tend to be much of an issue because they are smart enough to know that you don't fuck with a gorilla. Another great thing about this great ape is that they are highly intelligent. Some capital gorillas have learned how to do some form of sign language. Gorillas can laugh, they're known to feel grief, develop family bonds, and they can actually make and use tools and can think about their past and their future. They're also believed to actually have their own cultures, which is actually really interesting because culture is something that's passed on through generations and not passed on through genetics. For example, a female gorilla in Nuabel Doki National Park, I butchered that, in the Republic of Congo, was recorded using a stick as if to gauge the depth of the water whilst crossing a swamp. Another female was seen using a tree stump as a bridge and also support while fishing in the swamp. Like, how cool is that? Like, now, unfortunately, the sad thing is all species of gorilla are incredibly critically endangered. There's various reasons for this, and of course the number one reason is us. We have taken more and more of their habitat, and they're forced to move away from their natural habitat, and they're in new habitats that are more deadly for them, that they're not accustomed to. Another reason, of course, on top of that is hunting. Apes are being killed primarily to support a high-end demand for meat in urban centres, where the consumption of ape meat is considered to be prestigious amongst the wealthy elite. There are thought to be around 316,000 western gorillas in the wild and 5,000 eastern gorillas. Thanks to conservation efforts, the population for mountain gorillas has increased from 620 individuals in 1989 to around 1,004 individuals today. The numbers are still low and more needs to be done to protect these amazing animals. Now, I have nothing but respect for these gentle giants, and it's nothing more that they deserve. There's so much of us in them. They develop bonds, they have relationships, they care about each other, they're intelligent, they're majestic, and they're just fascinating. They don't deserve to be villainized and belong to this planet as much as we do, I would argue. And like I said, more needs to be done to save these great apes. Treat them with the respect and dignity that they actually deserve. I mean, look at them. Look at this troop. Can we really not see the similarities in us with them? And I really enjoyed researching these guys and got great joy watching videos of them playing and just being gorillas. And it's something I'd highly recommend after this video. Just look up gorilla videos. If you're having a bad day, just look up gorilla videos and I promise you, you will feel so much better. Now, when it comes to Harambe, who was shot back in 2012, when a kid unfortunately fell into an enclosure and was trapped with this gorilla, authorities and zookeepers at that time felt like there was nothing more they could do but kill the gorilla because they had to put the child's life first. And I agree that, the child's life is very important and we should do what we can to keep that child alive. Now, after everything I've learned about gorillas, and now you've learned, it kind of stings a bit more, because to me it feels like it'd be very unlikely that this gorilla would have actually done any serious damage to this kid. Now, I know you could argue it's a wild animal, we just don't know for sure and we couldn't take the chance, and I can understand that argument. Harambe, rest in peace, bro. And it wasn't your fault. So that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's anything about gorillas that I didn't mention, any facts or interesting things that I just overlooked, please let me know in the comments down below, because I love hearing about gorillas. And if you're enjoying me talk about different primates, I'll do more because it's fun. If you haven't seen already, I did do one last week about the orangutans, so check that out. That's also a great time too, because orangutans are also cool, man. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.